So let's talk more formally about what exactly the distinction is between those two views of Jesus. One as not just, God in the Catholic worldview, but also as a Jewish figure, as born as a Jew, lived as a Jew.
It's a Jewish narrative. It's a biblical narrative from creation to fall to Israel to the Messiah. The compelling Jesus is the one who fulfills the story of Israel. Any form of anti-Semitism is morally repugnant. Go back to Pius XI, that we're all spiritually Semites, he said, in regard to Christians. So the popes have been really good and strong that condemns any form of anti-Semitism. So that's a very important theme. When Christians realize how Jewish their own religion is, when they realize how Jewish their own scriptures are, that we can't understand Jesus apart from it, I think that helps. Because a Christianity which has become anti-Semitic is going to tear itself apart. You open the first page of the New Testament, what do you find? Page 1 of the Gospel of Matthew. You find this lengthy, detailed genealogy of Jesus that takes you all the way through in a very loamy way, from Abraham all the way up to Jesus. And he can only be understood through this long history of Israel. He will reign on the throne of David, his father, and his reign will be without end.
Paul's warnings in Romans 11 not to become arrogant and not to forget the Jewish roots of their faith. Matthew and John and Peter and Paul, all of them Jews. The way forward is to put the New Testament back into its first century Jewish context and to understand that Yeshua's Jewish followers recognized him as the Messiah. Then, building on this foundation, Jews and Christians can join together as one in denouncing anti-Semitism as utterly unchristian. After all, it was Jesus who said that salvation is from the Jews. That's why the New Testament begins with the words, the book of the genealogy of Yeshua the Messiah, son of David, son of Abraham. That's why Yeshua is called King of the Jews at his birth and King of the Jews at his death. That's why his first followers were all Jews, and initially they only preached to fellow Jews about his death and resurrection because they didn't understand they were supposed to bring the message to Gentiles. It was such a Jewish message. Gentile Christians who read the New Testament literally have been great lovers of the Jewish people because Jesus, their Savior, was himself a Jew.